How has it been like? Even you were talking about in Hungary. When you came back and the job search. How was that
Yeah.
period? Because I know it was a challenge. Especially from living in London, living in England for 3 years and coming back. How was that returning back the early days? It's like I've never been there. So it's like or even better, like how is it even like growing up? Growing up in Hungary and like how is the lifestyle different to of course being in England?
Well, you can't really compare, of course. It's just different, the whole mentality of the people and everything. Life is great. I mean, well, obviously you can't. It's hard to survive like everywhere, especially
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest, and but it's not. It's not impossible. So you can find the way
Yeah.
here, and that's what I like in Hungary. That many people say that it's pretty much impossible, and they are leaving the country, which is okay. It's fine by
Okay.
me, but I'm
Right.
not
Right.
saying it's yeah. Try,
Mm-hmm.
and you can find your life, and you can find what you are looking for there. I can really find it. So
Yeah, yeah. It's like again, you have the choice. To decide to leave out to explore things. By all means, go. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
do you think that's also it's good to if you are gonna like leave the country just for work or you're gonna just leave? You think it's very good to do like when you're young, or you should do it when you're like with a family, or what do you think?
Well, I think obviously, well, it's better to do it like while you are young, and that's pretty much the best time to do these things and to explore and meet new people. Well, when you have family, it's just that's the important thing, and that's why you need to put more focus on. And you can't leave the country. You can't just go to another country and then explore and work there and all that thing. So yeah, obviously when you're young, it's easier to do that. So yeah, go for it. It can give you a lot of good benefits, no doubts. Um, but there's a point when I think it's just not enough. And to me, it was better to come home. And
Yeah, no,
that's the point. That's the point when you start missing your friends, your family, and then you feel like
yeah.
you want to be part of their life.
Of course, yeah, yeah. Believe me, I'll keep it honest. Like there are days like I have this, not even just in UK, but in Canada. I was there,
Yeah,
as well. So it was like there is some people. Some days, when you're alone, it's like yeah, you do kind of miss.
yeah, man, exactly. No, like no doubts. I love my life in the UK, and I was in Canada. That was a great time.
Yeah,
Had a lot of fun, but it was just time to go
yeah,
and
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
And then hopefully now I can find my life here. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see my future here, and that's the main thing.
Right. So that's the best thing you can see in the next 2 years, 3 years. Like, what's your
Yeah,
everything way that I was not able to see that in
yeah,
UK, and that's why I knew I
yeah,
had
me
to
neither.
go. Exactly.
Exactly. No, me neither. And now I even have long-term goals and
Yeah.
goals that I want to achieve in a few months, 3 months, 5 months, and that's great when you have new goals, and it motivates you a lot.
Mhm.
Now, yeah, I think, yeah, I can say I'm happier than ever, and then we'll see how things, turn
Yeah.
out.
No.
And
Yeah. 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 The only time will tell, as they know. Only time will
yeah,
tell.
no, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll go back to the relationships, but not get too deep. How is it different from Hungary to UK? Like, even if it's just say, if you are a single guy, you're trying to meet a single woman, how is that different? Because you told me the struggle was how it was in England, and I totally can relate. How is it in Hungary?
Yeah, in Hungary, I would say, I mean, probably, I don't know why, but I feel it's easier.
It's easier, right?
I can't really tell you why, but I feel more like with all of my experiences from my past and living alone and everything. I think I got a lot of confidence.
Right.
Probably because of this, it's just easier.
Yeah. Super attractive.
Yeah,
super attractive to girls, when she got like self-belief, they love that.
And that's what I didn't really have a couple of years ago. But after I left Hungary and I moved out and I started living my life alone, and you just, you got those skills and perks, and you are more confident and in every way.
Yeah.
And relationship wise, it's just the same. You know yourself, you know what you want, you know what you're looking for. And, probably easier. I don't know why, but in English it's just easier. I think reading you. I think I learned better.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I can't tell you.
That's it, And how is it in Hungary? Is it very like how London very diverse, a lot of like different like cultures, you know what I mean? In Hungary, now in this age, would you say it's maybe not as diverse as London, but you have a lot of like nationalities?
Yeah, well, while mentioning the capital city, Budapest.
Budapest, of course. Shout out to Budapest.
Yes, Budapest, yeah. Exactly. Well,
yeah, man.
A lot of people from just a lot of countries, different people, and that's why it's great. It just makes the city colorful. Budapest is just on another level, and
it's popular. There's a lot of people who don't even know like Europe, and they know Budapest.
Pretty much everyone knows that. Yeah,
everyone knows.
It's good. You can find just good people really from all around the world. So it's a great place to be. But I like smaller cities as well, and then it's just crazy because I don't know why, but I couldn't really imagine myself with, let's say, a Hungarian girl previously, but now I'm just
right.
I don't know why, but now I can.
Yeah, things have kind of changed, since coming back. I was in that boat, but I could never change. Like before, got with my girlfriend, I was like, even when I was in UK, bro, I was never with a UK girl, like an English girl. The girls I was with were from Switzerland, Italian, Spanish, African. It was just the whole world. And I thought that was telling me something that like, oh, okay, this is where I'm not supposed to be, because I was always
yeah. No, exactly. No. Well, as I said, I work better in English, and I think I'm more confident in English talking to, let's say, a girl.
Mm-hmm.
In English, it's just easier, and I can express myself better.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, but I'm not saying that I'm only looking for someone from Hungary or not. It's just I don't really care.
What comes your?
That's not important.
Yeah. It's more important. It's more, even when you spoke earlier, it's more of like the connection, it's like you have like your goals are linked, and it's like, it's not even, sometimes it's just like, oh, you're dating her because of the way she looks. It's like the also,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So, because a lot of guys lose out on that. They will go for just the aesthetics, but they don't
Yeah,
know what they're actually gonna build with their significant other.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, exactly. I think, yeah, I had that experience, and I was just looking for uh the
Ba-
look,
the
how.
baddest chick, a baddie.
Yeah, exactly. But and then turn out we have no things in common, so it couldn't go further the relationship. But it's just, yeah, more important to have things in common, and that's just that's what I'm looking for, and that's one of the most important
Yeah,
thing. And
yeah,
then after, yeah,
yeah. Because I think that's what people must. A lot of people learned that in the COVID. You know, it's like some people when you're forced to now you're staying more time together, especially in an
yeah,
isolated environment. You actually kind of see who the personality of your partner really is. So,
yeah, man, exactly.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy to find it, but it comes like everything at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah. Sure, But you were mentioned before, like even social media. Do you think like now it's a drag even for like relationships? Like what do
No,
you think of
can
that?
be.
Yeah, you think it's like
Can be. Well,
50
mentioning,
50.
yeah, well, mentioning social media, like, I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok.
I
I
realize.
have deleted, man.
Yeah, I found
Said said no, man. I don't need that.
cancel out.
Honestly, and then it's been, well, only a month, one
Right,
and a half month, something like that.
be recent.
But I'll feel better, to be. I can say that. Yeah, I still
Yeah,
have Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp just to keep in touch
yeah,
with people, but not nothing like stories and everything, like Instagram
yeah.
stories, and just, I don't know.
I
It's
know.
just, I had enough, like seeing, like, yeah, this person just posted this,
I
another one.
swear, it can
Yeah.
it can truly become a mind fuck after a while.
Exactly, and then
Honestly.
then sometimes you are just sitting at home and doing nothing, and sometimes you are feeling low, and
Yeah,
just not like depressed, but like you don't have that much energy and all that shit, and you are just seeing like those stories and posts and everything, and it just makes you feel just shit.
of course. Yeah,
It
I
can
try.
be, and it
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Oh, to everyone. Like, there's been days where I was like, I just was like, I teach English, and there's been days where I could have had maybe 4 students, and they all canceled on one
Yeah,
day. So I one time was feeling the shit, and I was on
exactly.
Instagram, and I was just seeing all these motherfuckers, and figured I was
Yeah,
just like, I logged out for a while. I just like logged out, take my safe password, but it can
yeah.
affect you, Yeah, I agree.
It really can, and
Mm,
as I mentioned, like now I feel better and more
yeah.
focused.
Yes.
Like mentioning TikTok, like I've
Mm,
never made any videos of not like that. I've never used TikTok in that way, but I was I was a user of the platform, and it's just, you are just scrolling, and
yeah.
it never ends.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself spending, I don't know, 40, 50 hours, yeah, minutes, sorry, 40, 50
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah. Maybe even
maybe
in a
less,
week.
but
Maybe
still.
you don't know how long these lot are on. These.
Exactly, man. And
Mm.
then you could have spent that time like on other things, and
Yeah, like wisely. They say like
go out and run, and
go
or
out,
just,
run, go to the gym. Play chess. Like there's so many.
yeah, or just watch a movie. It's still better than being on TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok has become very meaningless. For someone just to put a clip of just dancing very badly,
Yeah,
I might add, and they get
exactly.
followers. It just shows where society really is now. Like nothing is meant to nothing
Yeah.
of significance.
No, yeah, of course. This
Right.
society is just not we want. So, but again, I'm not judging others. I'm just trying to live
Yeah.
my life. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not judging at all.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If you want to use TikTok, use it. Go ahead. Your life. I'm not. I will. I will never tell you just to stop and why are you using TikTok? Why are you using Instagram? Why do you spend that much time on social media? I will never say that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with myself, and I'm just controlling myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
important.
at the end of the day, you know who you are. You know what you stand for. So you don't need to like. I know with what you're saying, Josh. It's like you're not being a sheep. Like
Yeah.
the animal, the sheep. There's if the sheep
Yeah.
jumps over, all of them will follow and jump. Because there's a lot of people who
Exactly.
are sheeps.
And then it's like you
Yeah.
mentioned sheep, and then because of I remember that once I was really feeling that just because using iPhone,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, no, everyone's using iPhone,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking about just getting myself.
Let me just get
I don't
one.
know,
Yeah.
a BlackBerry, because that's unique.
Oh God! Don't tell me about BlackBerry.
Yeah.
I wasted what was it, 150 pounds on this device where the buttons, like I used the buttons like they would get stuck in. I only got it because everyone in my class at the time in secondary school got it. So I felt singled out. And it's like at that time, you're trying to fit in. All of this like nonsense that doesn't mean anything, and it was a complete waste of money.
Yeah, man. But I don't know, still like, yeah, because of using iPhone and everything, I felt that I'm not I'm following the trend, and sometimes you don't want to follow the trend. You want to stand out a little bit, and that's why I wanted to get a BlackBerry or just something else, just not iPhone, not Android, no. I mean, not BlackBerry's Android too, but not like Samsung or nothing bad with those, but everyone has it. And I'm like,
everyone has a thing.
Let's try something just something new.
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's the same with social media. That's why I don't want to use, because of my mental health and because of myself, and I don't want to follow the trend. I don't want to be the part of this trend.
This trend.
Society.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point you gotta be online, and you gotta.
Yeah. I think like, it's a balance, really. Like I will be honest, I'm on social media as more of a business, sense. I do like
YouTube, and it's good.
Yeah, it's more of just a promotional thing. But like again, like you, we're similar ages. We come from a time where there was no Instagram, Facebook. We had to use DVDs, to watch a show. So we come from a different era. So like, yeah, sometimes it's just like. Not needed, and you don't need to follow the pack, just because everyone says,
No, exactly. But then again, if you want to use it, use it. It's just like if you want to find me, you can find me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And everyone's on WhatsApp and Facebook, so it's not like you can't find me. I'm not hiding or anything. You can find me.
It's just like a disconnecting from like all of this, because there's so much information, what's going on in Russia and that, even in Mexico, like some of the events going on.
Yeah, it's not like discounting from those infos and informations, because I like being like open-minded, and I want to know what's going on. I want to know about Mexico. I want to know about this Ukrainian Russian thing. I want to know about everything. And I like those platforms, like just Google it and it's there. So yeah, you can find those information without being on TikTok or Instagram. It's just
you could read the newspaper. Read the newspaper. Even they have articles on like MSN, Yahoo, Google.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. So it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's no, but I do that really happens to me a lot of times in especially the early days in Mexico of just like again you're getting past the language barrier, so most of the time you're alone, by
Yeah,
yourself. So like if you're just like scrolling through the social media, man, it's really not gonna help too much. Because
yeah,
that time could be used wisely. You could use that time to practice Spanish, even just meet some of the locals. Yeah,
yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, that's very true.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
you gotta manage the time.
exactly. And last question on this, just like you talked about, like managing time and focus. Like in like the next time when you do are in like a relationship and that, like how would you manage like your time? Because like that's one thing I've been for a while just struggling with, because like I do a lot of now I'm teaching classes, training,
Yeah,
exploring even around Mexico, doing my Spanish classes. So sometimes it's like spend managing time I can spend with, my partner as well, Yeah.
yeah. Well, from my experience, or I can tell, it's just I remember my previous relationship. I mean, it was not usual. So it was not like we were living in the same country, and it was not like that.
Right.
And that was a point when I have decided to leave my country and leave my friends and family and my work and everything. And yeah, I moved there
Mhm.
to her country, and it's not like I don't regret it. That was
Yeah.
still like good decision, and I know that probably many people would not do that just for a girl,
Yes.
but I felt that I want to do it, and then I was at that part of my life when I really wanted to just to be in a nice, good, serious relationship, and that's
Yeah.
what I was looking for. And I was like, yeah, I was working very hard, and I had my life, and spent many years just focusing on my career and everything. And then that was this point when I said, no, now I want to focus on my social life, my personal life,
Right.
and everything else I'm just gonna put behind me, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and chase this girl and go for it.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't turn out very well, and we are not together. It's not like there is no happy end since. But I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, it's a good
So
experience. You could say like it's where
yeah,
you learned
no,
a lot. Yeah.
exactly, and still like still we are friends, and I'm glad that I know her, because
Yeah.
she's like really an awesome person.
Nice.
I got a lot from her, but yeah, so I can't really say how to manage your time, because like my time was the girl, and that's how I
Yeah.
managed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know that it's not like the way you have to do it, you should do it. It was my way, and I
Yeah.
did it my way, as Frank Sinatra said.
I did
Back.
it my way.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was my way, and I don't regret it at all. Still,
Yeah. Yeah.
until now, I'm good with that, with the decision, and
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that because you said like how you just went for it. You know what I mean? Like you just were like, okay, I'm been here like in London for 3 years. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take this opportunity. I'm gonna take this chance and just do it. So
yeah,
it's very inspiring. Because not too many people want to leave like the comfort zone. It's like
yeah,
just you understand, and it's like I think, in my opinion, I tell this all the time. The only way you're gonna grow in this world is to be in more uncomfortable, scenarios or situations. You know why?
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was a hard step and a hard
Mm.
decision, but I took it, and it felt so great, And again, like, go for it.
Yeah.
That's just go for it, but just stay focused, and don't lose your mind, and go for it, but think about it. So
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be like some planning and preparation before you take the big
yeah.
jump.
And yeah, it's crazy because, like, still it's one of my biggest achievements, because like
Yeah.
that time, the first time I went to Mexico, because she was living in Mexico and she's still living there. The first time I went there was in April, and then UK was under COVID
Oh,
lockdown,
you remember?
restrictions, and everything. And then I really had to find the ways just to get out, and it was pretty hard. And it took a lot of phone calls, and I asked for many people to help, and
Yeah, support.
but everything just turned out really good, and it was a great achievement just to being able to leave the country and
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made it, and it's still one of my biggest we can say one of my biggest achievements,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
under COVID lockdown, work is
Yeah.
under attack.
What is like, yeah, you cannot go. We're gonna
Yeah,
keep
you
you
cannot
locked
go.
down.
Everyone was saying, no, you can't go, there's no chance, it's impossible, everything is locked. And I got out, and
you did it.
I flew from the UK to Mexico, which is not that close.
That's the journey's like 16 hours, like
it took a while.
Yeah, stop in France first, in France all the way to
First I went to Paris. I don't even know I don't remember exactly about Paris or Amsterdam.
Yeah, one of them.
I don't know, but and then Cancun, and after Cancun I still had a 5 hours bus ride.
Ooh.
So like really like, but still best experience.
Yeah,
the best experiences in my life. So
yeah, 100%. I think what's even cool as well is you went solo. Like a lot of people
solo,
when
absolutely.
they go, they will go like in the groups or the things, so they have like this kind of protection with it. But you went, it's so outside your comfort zone. He said, "I can do this. I'm solo."
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's amazing.
Of course. I really wanted, and I went for it, and then it is what it is. You gotta go for it, as I mentioned, but be careful.
Yeah. That's definitely gotta be prepared. Coming care. I mean,
yeah.
Not even in Mexico. I'm pretty sure the other Latin American countries. My friend Ez, who I had on, we talked about that for Colombia. So you're gonna be.
I heard stories. I've never been there, so I don't know. I don't have experiences, but still, like the second time I went to Mexico, and I arrived, it was pretty serious, and they were looking for pretty much everything in my luggage, and there were dogs.
Oh yeah, the dogs.
It was pretty hard to get in the second time. It's like, like European guy traveling alone from Europe to Mexico. Like, that's not common.
Yeah, it's not. That's the thing. It's funny you mentioned that, man. When I came back from Canada back to Mexico, I had that. They were just asking me all these questions. Why are you in Mexico? This. I said, oh, my girlfriend's there. And I think what had happened is like when people have been coming to. This is a topic for another day. But a lot of people did flee even Europe and America because of the COVID. A lot of people, they lost their jobs, lost where they were staying. So some came to Mexico and did their work, as I'm doing in our remote. So there's a lot of now they ask a ton of questions. When they know you're not from here.
Yeah, man. yeah, I can relate to that for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah,
was worth it.
it's worth it. It was some nerving shit, you know, especially when you're alone. You know, I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
but it was worth it. You actually get through it. Just like I can get through this, I can get through everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
that's the-
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jones, man, I'm gonna bring that to a close, man. I want to thank you, you know, for coming on this, you know, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, man, it's really got come get like, you know, like I said, one of the first ones when we first left. You know, I got out. I was like, oh, there was like a release, you know.
Yeah, man. I remember you were behind me. You were
Just
behind me.
behind, yeah.
Yeah, you were standing behind me.
Right, I was giving them my COVID test, and I was like, "Oh, hopefully everything's okay." She just looked in, she put it down, she said, "Go." I was like,
Yeah,
"What
yeah.
the hell you remember?"
Yeah, I remember when I went through. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm going. I'm leaving. I made it, and
yeah,
I just, I look back. I was looking for you, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for you. Like, let's see. And then you got it. So I'm like, bro,
it's like, my gosh,
you made it.
We're connected. When you said you'd already been in Canada and I've been in Canada, I was like, yeah,
this
is a true one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, so,
absolutely crazy.
So yeah, no, thanks, man, again for coming on. You know, really appreciate it. And yes, for everyone, you know, seeing this, see you the next time. Peace.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.